My name is Erick Cedeño. I'm from Miami Beach, Florida. I'm originally from Panama City, Panama. Pretty much been a cyclist all my life. About 8 years ago, I decided to use the bicycle as a method of transportation and live car-free. I use the bicycle to commute within my city and also to travel the world. About 5 years ago, I decided to use the bicycle to travel at a slower pace. Living in Miami, I was traveling from Miami to Key West, and I decided, you know what, I wonder if I could go from border to border. And the following year, I went from Vancouver, Canada, along the Pacific coast, all the way down to Tijuana, Mexico. As I did the Pacific coast, I decided, you know what, now it's time to do the Atlantic coast. And I went from San Augustine, Florida, all the way up to New York City. About a year and a half ago, I decided to retrace the history of the Underground Railroad, and I went from New Orleans, Louisiana, retracing some of the history and visiting some of the sites of the Underground Railroad all the way up to Niagara Falls, Canada. Recently, I just came back from Puerto Rico. I have a passion for Puerto Rico and the love for the people and the food of Puerto Rico. I had my camping gear and also my hammock, and I was staying in beautiful sites of Puerto Rico and some of the most beautiful beaches I've ever seen. Something that I thought it was just a one-day trip or something like that, now it's becoming a lifestyle. When I travel on a bike, I could feel the wind shifting, I could sense when there's rain coming, and that is what I love, to use my intuition, to use my inner GPS. Almost like the ancestors used to communicate with nature. It takes me to a place where I center myself. It brings me to the present moment. When you're biking and going from point A to point B, you can't think about the past or the future. You just have that moment, moving the pedals and your next mile. You don't think about 2,000 miles, you just think about 1 mile, the following mile. As a Latino, I just want to inspire people to travel this world, to immerse themselves in nature, just like our ancestors used to do, get connected back to our roots. I've been a vegan for about 20 years, and one of my concerns when I first started traveling by bike was how to stay with my lifestyle and my diet. I have my stove, I have my quinoa, I have my product, my supplements that I carry with me at all times. It's one of the questions that I get asked a lot by a lot of vegans that would like to travel, see the world by bike. They ask me constantly, how do I travel being a vegan? One of the trips that I did, which was one of the hardest trips, the Underground Railroad. Through the South, I kept thinking, how am I gonna survive in some of the places that I was gonna go through? And I didn't worry about that because the people that traveled before on those routes did not think about what kind of food they were eating. They were just making it to their destination, which was freedom for them in Canada. Because it's a lifestyle that I love, I decided to create Bicycle Nomad from the inspiration of different trips that I have taken. When I was going to the stores, all I would see is cycling t-shirts and nothing using images of nature with bicycles. So this is the logo that was created, and you can see all the elements of nature, the mountains, the water, the sun. Bicycle touring has become a lifestyle for me now. I'm creating a movement, encourage people to see the world and to travel through history, going back to nature and seeing the world with a different perspective, different eyes. When I found out that Blackburn was looking for ambassadors and adventure cyclists to do the Continental Divide, I immediately thought I would be the perfect fit. I really like what Blackburn is doing for the movement of bicycle traveling and adventure cycling. There's no other company out there right now that is pushing, seeing the world on a bicycle like Blackburn is doing. The Continental Divide has been a dream of mine to complete. All my trips had led to this point and to participate on this ride. The Continental Divide is one of the hardest challenges that I will face up to now, even for an adventure cyclist with my experience, but I'm ready for the challenge.